Donald Trump's lawyer, John Eastman, suffered another legal setback this week when a court would not allow him to continue blocking his phone records from the January 6th Select Committee. So Eastman, following this ruling, submitted a motion in court to actually dismiss his lawsuit seeking to block the committee from getting their hands on those call logs. And Eastman said he did this because he has been assured by the committee that they only want the call logs and not, of course, the content of any phone calls, text messages, emails, those kinds of things. They just want to see who the guy was talking to. And Eastman, again, after suffering legal setback after legal setback, finally said, all right, I give up. Now, that's a huge development, but don't get me wrong, folks. It's interesting, of course, to see Eastman's excuse like, oh, well, no, they promised me they're only looking at this stuff. What's really going on here is that John Eastman has found himself in so much legal trouble that he simply can't fight it anymore. He has to pick his battles. You can't be filing lawsuits here, fighting off charges over here, doing this, doing that. It's expensive and time-consuming. And Eastman has reached the point after last week, federal agents seized his cell phone, that he kind of has to focus on the bigger issues. That is what really happened. This isn't because Eastman suddenly realized that what the committee had been saying since the beginning, which is we only want call logs, not the content. He gave up because he simply has too many battles to fight, too many legal problems mounting for him that he has to get a couple off his back. And obviously this lawsuit that's been going on for 6 months with the Select Committee was the perfect thing to drop. I mean, he's lost it at every possible avenue here. So why not just give that one up and, focus on the fact that you're the subject of a federal investigation into the fake elector scheme, which, of course, is definitely the bigger problem for John Eastman right now. But his call logs could also be problematic, not necessarily for him, I'm sure they will be, but for other people as well. Because that's the whole point of the call logs. If they're not going after the content, then they're clearly not focusing on Eastman as much with regard to that particular piece of evidence. What the committee is actually doing is trying to use that to go after new people or to kind of bolster cases against other people or maybe get new evidence to issue new subpoenas, new requests for records, whatever it is. The call logs are a jumping off point. Good example here is we know one of the people that Eastman had been in contact with, of course, was Ginny Thomas, wife of Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas. So this kind of bolsters the case for, all right, Ginny Thomas, come on down. You're the next person that needs to sit in front of the committee. Of course, she has already balked at the committee's invitation, acting like she is not going to do it. But these call logs are going to give us more information that can be used to get more information, if that makes sense. I hope I'm explaining that clear enough for everybody. The call logs themselves are not necessarily the evidence of criminal wrongdoing, but they could lead to evidence of criminal wrongdoing between Eastman and possibly other people. So this is very important. It is a big development. Eastman fought it for 6 months, delayed it for half a year, but he finally gave up after his legal problems became just too darn big to keep fighting. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.